Hey, what's going on guys, G1Xtron here, and today I thought we'd take a look at another Nickelodeon TMNT figure. This time we're taking a look at Rahzar. So this is the last of this wave of Slash, Neutralizer, and Dojo Splinter, and we're finally taking a look at this guy. He's probably my least favorite, to be honest, because Slash, highly anticipated, a character that we've all loved even back when the original came out in the 80s, 90s. Then Neutralizer is someone kind of new to bring to us, but he's a really cool character. Dojo Splinter, a little bit of a throw-on, really didn't need him, but he's still cool. This guy, even though we knew we were going to get him at some point, just kind of felt like he would have been a little bit better. Doesn't come with really any weapons, but he does come with one accessory. You got to be delicate with this guy, otherwise he'll fall over. But it's just like an extra little fist thing that you can see there's a little hole right there. He can, well, he's going to have your effort, so you can do your finger in there. He won't knock anyone over like that, but if you kind of thump it, you might, thump the end right here. It'll go a little bit further and it will knock the figure over. So I'm going to put that to the side and just kind of focus in on the figure here. He's a little bit limited as far as articulation as well. The head does not rotate whatsoever just because he's got these kind of like shoulder pad looking, I guess it's just part of his hair, but they're like shoulder pads, and it limits the way his head could move. So, but it's also kind of called for that as far as the design goes. So I don't know if it really bothers me that much. The one thing that kind of bothers me is there's nothing in the elbow here. As far as articulation, you can see that you can go up and down with his arms. It is hindered, so you're not going to be able to rise it higher than that. It does rotate here, but there's nothing in the elbow, there's nothing in the wrist, so he's always stuck out there like, give me some dog treats, so he's always like, I don't know, begging or something, or clapping, however you want to do it. So same thing with this hand. So he's not been able to bend in the elbow or the wrist, probably pretty much for the gimmick over here. He does have some waist articulation, which is nice on that really skinny waist. You can see his ribcage. But that's the way he's designed. And the legs, they do have a ball joint, which gives them quite a bit of movement. It's about as far out to the side, so not quite the splits. But there's no articulation in the knees or the feet. And plus you have one of those, the feet where it stays down like this, and the other one, we're pretty accustomed to that, especially whenever we look at the vintage line, to where you can only do that one pose. You can't, this leg's always got to be in the back, and that's the way it's got to be. He's also a little bit difficult to stand just because there's quite a bit of weight here at the very top, and these legs, they're just so thin, and you got to just balance him just right. I find out that I have to always kind of like lean his body back a little bit, just to kind of put some pressure on this back heel here. But there's kind of a look at Rahzar. He does have a nice sculpt, and it looks exactly like it does in the anime, so I don't have any problem with that. There is some nice paint. All this kind of bone-looking color, or kind of gray-looking, it's all paint. So they did, the whole cast is done in this dark brown, and, just painted it up. So it is quite nice. You can kind of see some spikes in the back. If you're trying to buy this for a child, don't worry. These are just soft rubber. They will not, break skin or anything like that. Now let's look at some comparisons. We'll be done with this guy. Let me see what I'm talking about with the balancing. Originally, he was Dog Pound, and I really love the way that the cartoon kind of translated to now this is how you get Rahzar, because the whole time I was like, why did they make him? They should have just came out with Rahzar in the beginning. But I really like this, and it also gave them an opportunity to sell us two different toys, so I'm okay with that. Here he is with just a couple of the guys that came out in his wave. So you had Slash and Neutralizer. Here he is with Leonardo, and this is one thing that they did really good with, is he's actually quite a bit taller, and he should be, than the Turtles. There he is with vintage Raphael. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will be back into Transformers next week. So for you guys that don't like Turtles, what's wrong with you? But we'll get into Transformers next week. So, and I got some G1 stuff, some Masterpiece, and some animated stuff. So whenever I get to it, then That's what I'll give to you. So, talk to you guys later.